Focus is on the sensational Sheena Bora murder case, which continues to surprise and stun many. After handing over an audio recording of his conversation with his father, Peter Mukherjea, which was used as evidence to book him for conspiracy to kill, Rahul Mukherjea today said that his father is innocent. Yesterday, a Mumbai court sent Peter Mukherjea to CBI custody till Monday. He's the fourth accused nabbed in the case after his wife Indrani Mukherjea, her ex-husband Sanjeev Khanna and her former driver Shyam Rai. The CBI yesterday told the court that Rahul had recorded a conversation with Peter in which he asked his father where Sheena was. Peter allegedly told him that Sheena was doing fine in the US and that he himself had spoken to her. The CBI is now questioning Peter Mukherjea in custody. Let's get now from Kamlesh, who's with us live from Mumbai this morning. Kamlesh, Rahul Mukherjea there saying that his father is innocent when in fact his father has been arrested after he provided the CBI with that crucial audio conversation.
Well, indeed, that piece of audio clip that the CBI now has in its possession is going to be an important link as far as the investigations in the Sheena Bora murder are concerned. Rahul, though, this morning when we posed him the question about what does he feel about his father's arrest, he said that the charges against his father are outrageous, coming in defense of his father, but still the audio clip in which the CBI claims to be a crucial piece of evidence with them, where Rahul had said that Rahul and Peter are in discussion about Sheena and her whereabouts, and Peter is heard telling Rahul that she is doing fine in the US and he has spoken to her, but the defense team of Peter has maintained in the court yesterday that it was an unintentional lie which was just which was just made to bridge the gap of the strained relations between Indrani and Rahul at that point in time, and have nothing to do with the crime that is committed. But for CBI, as far as the investigations are concerned, that is certainly going to be an important link about what role exactly Peter played, what kind of involvement does Peter had in the entire murder mystery, whether it is just limited to concealing information or whether there is more than what meets the eye, and he had actually some role to play, because the charges that are filed against Peter are serious in nature. They including charges of abduction, kidnapping, attempt to murder, and also concealing information about a crime that is committed. So these charges are serious. The CBI still has custody of Peter for another couple of days till Monday, and these 2 days they would just try to focus. The interrogation would focus on what role did Peter play in the entire murder, or and also the corroboration of statements that the CBI has already recorded with Indrani and other accused.
Kamalji, thanks so much for that, for putting all these developments in perspective for us. Now, Peter Mukherjea spoke to India today on the 26th of August, right after the scandal first broke out. This was Peter's last interview before his arrest by the CBI on Thursday night.
Look, my version is very, very clear, is that, look, I am completely shocked and horrified by the information that I'm getting and by the revelations that are coming out almost by the hour, both in terms of who Sheena Bora actually is, whether she's sister or daughter, who is Mikhail, whether he's brother or son, how many marriages Indrani has had in the past, and the entire episode of Sheena Bora going missing and being murdered, so to speak. Well, I know of them. I've met them. There's no doubt about it. And they were introduced to me as Indrani's siblings. And so I have no reason to doubt that. When I met them, that's what they said. And there was, I was introduced as my younger sister and my younger brother. So that was how I related to them in that manner. Throughout my 15-year marriage, I have to say, I never once have met Indrani's parents, nor any other members of her family. And so, I have no contact number for her parents. Never spoken to them, never met them. The only two people I've met is Sheena and Mikhail, and I was told that this is brother and sister, so I had no reason to doubt that. Some years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, I had asked her this because I'd heard this theory, and I asked Indrani about it, and she completely refuted it to the extent that she said that's complete rubbish, and so please do not believe such nonsense. So I said, fine, if that's what you're saying, then as a wife, I believe you. I have no reason to go out and double check the facts or go back and do a back check or anything, because that's not what you do. She was in a relationship with my younger son, and I wasn't fully in approving sort of status of that, nor was Indrani, nor was Indrani's parents. So really the communication between us was limited to virtually nothing. Indrani would probably speak to Sheena from time to time, and I would speak to my son until that communication also stopped at that time, because there wasn't really, it was too fractious a relationship to be in a communication mode. If this is true, if this is all true and it's proved to be true, I think it is wrong of her to have done that. Of course, if it's not true and it's proved otherwise, then fair enough. But if it is true and it is proved to be so, and if for some reason she confesses and says so, then of course I'm going to be horrified and feel betrayed. When my son said this to me, it was a doubt in the back of my mind.
Yes.
But I can't say no, there wasn't a doubt. Of course, that doubt got created, and that doubt, then I put it aside because I believed my wife was speaking the truth and my son was being given information by his girlfriend. And I thought at that point that what my wife was telling me was more accurate than otherwise. I'm the one who's facing one of the biggest, the biggest shock, because I'm living with it. And it's something that I had broached with Indrani at one point after I'd heard from my son about it. I said, look, is this possible? Rahul is telling me that she's your daughter. And he said, what rubbish. This is not so. So that was the end of that conversation. So there was really no any further discussion on that, because I wasn't going to, as I say, I wasn't going to go back and go, investigating behind that. Because that was, that's not the way to lead a relationship. And so, really, there was nothing more to discuss, and it was a taboo subject. It was a taboo relationship. So we didn't really discuss it over the dining table or whatever.
As more twists and turns emerge in the Sheena Bora murder case, the spotlight is now on Indrani and Sanjeev Khanna's daughter Vidhi. According to the CBI, Vidhi had warned Peter's son Rahul and Sheena that Indrani was angry with them, and she had spoken about getting rid of someone who was coming in her way. Vidhi even sent an SMS to Sheena warning her about Indrani's intentions. Let's listen in to this telephonic conversation that TV Today's managing editor Rahul Kawal had with Vidhi when the controversy first broke out.
So I was just asking you, Vidhi, what do you make of all of what's happened over the last couple of days? What do you think of it?
I'm as shocked as anyone reading the news currently.
Where were you when this happened? Were you in Bristol? Were you in India?
No, I was in Rome with my dad.
You were in Rome when this happened?
Yep.
When did you find out that your mom had been charged with this?
The same day that she was the same day the cops came home.
Did you ever get to meet Sheena when Sheena was around?
Yep. She came home and she came home on and off, very rarely, like from college on the weekends.
And what kind of a relationship did you have with Sheena?
I was very young, so it was very kind of normal. We were close. We were fairly close. We'd talk. She'd treat me like she'd play with me and stuff like that, but nothing really too deep in that sense.
Were you introduced to Sheena as Indrani ma'am's sister or daughter?
Yeah, I was introduced as she was my aunt.
Okay, and what kind of a person did you know her to be? Like, what kind of a person was she?
I was very young when I met her first, so she was normal. She was nice. She was lively.
Did you find it amiss that she was missing for 3 years? Did anybody have that question? Why did she just disappear for 3 years?
No one really questioned it because there were a few issues, and it was a very sensitive topic at home. My mom just told us that she doesn't want to contact any of us at home, so we just left it at that part. I mean, mine and Sheena's relationship wasn't strong enough for me to go out and actually message her and find out where she was. I just asked about her on and off, and my mom just said she's in LA, she's studying.
And what kind of a relationship did you have with your mom? Did you find any of this believable, or do you completely? No,
I didn't believe it at all, actually, because I mean, when I knew about all this. Like, I didn't think it would be true. I mean, me and my mom are very close, and it was obviously a huge shock for me when I saw it in the news. It was a very big shock for me because me and my mom are so close that I thought that I would know about all of this, but nothing really came through that, and it was very, very, very shocking for me.
Did you know about her parents in Guwahati? Did you ever go to Guwahati?
Yeah, a few times, a couple of times. Twice I went. Once with my mom, once without my mom. Once I was alone with them, and Sheena was there, and I would just call them Nana and Nani, and Sheena would call them Papa and Mama. So it was very, very it was nothing different,